something.
What's happening, guys? I can't see. My eyes! My eyes!
This is terrible. I cannot see anything from up here.
They took something.
What did they take?
My eyes! They took my
My eyes!
They're all just all screaming.
Fucking A. 13 damage, y'all.
Tony, Faye, you freak out, and the wings come out and they go back in, and you see Tony is just swinging wildly, and on one of his smacks, the axe goes, or the club smacks you upside the head for 13 damage.
Did I get one? Did I get one?
It cleaves her, and you hear a gurgling noise as blood comes out of her mouth.
But he's so small, if you guys look over, his whole mouth cheeks just keep puffing as he's blowing furiously into Faye's mouth. He hasn't removed the dagger. He's still there.
He's pushing it in every time.
I saved her! I totally saved her! I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna...
Oh boy, I'm glad some of you guys don't have to watch this.
Are we gonna struggle to get this fucking cat out of a tree? Do we need to call?
I'm already here.
Ace slides down the side of the tree, and he's now next to all of you.
If you just lick her face, she'd wake right up.
Why would I lick my mother's face, you disgusting bastard?
No, the sleeping Faye.
Why would I lick her face? Look, I don't know what you two got up to last night for all night long.
Yeah, nobody wants to be over around here licking random bitches. I'm just saying.
I didn't lick the pussy, and the pussy didn't lick me. We just went to sleep.
Together. Are you
They just went through an illusionary rock. I mean...
So they are rock crunchers, a cousin to you, tree crunch.
They walked through the rock.
Rock watchers.
It wasn't a real rock.
Rock walkers.
Forget the rock.
They're air fuckers, all right? They just walk through the air. That's it. That's what they are. They're air fuckers.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what they are.
I had a 12, yeah.
Being a druid, what is your favorite terrain?
I wouldn't know. I'm a ranger. My favorite terrain is forests, though.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Yeah, I will keep you warm.
Would you sleep with me, kitty?
For you, Baron, I would.
Oh, no.
You should have pet him.
Oh,
Just don't mind the hair.
Be careful, Baron. I hear this leads to pussy licking.
That is not... I'm not going to say it.
And we're live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Saber Dice, the Kharos Stones. My name is Cody, and I have some beautiful, amazing, wonderful, sexy, incredible people with me here today. Some newly green screen, possibly 100,000 hitting subscriber people with me. It's not Mike. It's not Mike Hunt. We have David Friant of Nerdarchy joining us. We have the one and only Lauren B, aka xMsGinjaNinja. We have Michael Hunt of unMadeGaming. We have our wonderful, incredibly talented Fat Goblin, that's his own moniker, don't ask us, Dungeon Master from SCLANDERS. And we have the 69 people away from 100,000 subscriber Jacob BUDZ with XP to level 3. Here with some words from our sponsors is Michael Hunt.
That's me. It was me the whole time, guys. We're sponsored by, everyone knows it, my favorite online tabletop source, Fantasy Grounds. If you want to play tabletop games online, Fantasy Grounds is your number one. We're also sponsored by Dungeon Painter Studios. If you'd like to paint dungeons in a studio, Dungeon Painter Studios. And last but definitely not least, get your wood on, because Elderwood Academy is our third sponsor. If you like wooden things, and places to put your dice in wooden things, check out Elderwood Academy.
The very woody.
Very woody.
Don't insert your own jokes in my intro time. If you want to intro, you shut up.
Jacob, are you nervous?
Shut your damn mouth. Shut up. I'm still doing the intros.
I don't give a shit. Wait, this is not the After Dark show. I'm sorry.
Giveaway today, and the giveaway ends today. We're giving away an ultimate package of our sponsor, Fantasy Grounds. And here to read out the winners, Dave from Nerdarchy.
I would love to do that. I have the winners right here.
Perfect.
Right now.
He's definitely not selling for time at all.
I need a drum roll. We got Matt Friday. Matt Friday is our winner.
Congratulations, Matt
Friday.
Matt Friday, and we will email you or something.
Or something.
And I'm so happy to give something to the UK because we don't have to pay shipping.
It is digital content.
Nerdarchy gives away a lot of shit, and we ship worldwide, so we're always like, no Australia, no Japan. It's like Let's Make a Deal. No, not Let's Make a Deal. What was that show with the whammies?
Whose line is it anyway?
I don't know. How old are you?
Whose line is it?
All right, so this is not the After Dark show. So if you want to see more of the hilarity that ensues over there, that is a little bit, shall we say, raunchy, you can check that out over at patreon.com/saveordice. We just put up our first poll. You guys are voting on some things that I actually haven't seen. Jacob, I think you put that up. So I think you guys will be voting on things for us to be facing randomly. And you guys can check.
There's some hard stuff, there's some weird stuff, and there's some other stuff. So go vote on what the hell will happen.
The best part is none of us are patrons at that level, so none of us can actually see what Jacob puts up there. So it's a legit mystery to all of us except for Cody.
Deal with it, peasants!
I went to make sure the link worked, and I was like, I can't see shit.
Guys, go subscribe to the Patreon so we can get paid, so we can pay for a subscription and figure out what it is ahead of time.
I'm just saying, if the Patreon,
we can bet a game.
So here's the thing with the Patreon: we need an idea for a goal. We don't have any goals yet, and so we need like a fun goal that we could, preferably something miserable we could do to Jacob. That would be my preference. So if you guys can come up with a great miserable for Jacob goal, tweet us.
One is hire a new cast.
Tweet us, and we'll make that the new Patreon goal. All right, without further ado, the one and only Fat Goblin.
Cast your minds back. Vankus, give me your strength check.
Oh shit!
Oh god!
Woo!
That escalated so quickly.
I know.
I gotta open Fantasy Grounds. I wasn't prepared to jump in this quickly. I don't know what I was doing.
Oh shit!
No! Come on! Let me get a strength check.
I'm a professional.
Totally a professional. That's not it. That's so weird.
19. All right.
Wait a minute. Oh, there it goes. I think that's it for real now.
For realsies?
For realsies.
All right.
Well,
what?
I am trained in athletics, if that matters.
Not at the moment. He has disadvantage because he didn't realize what was happening.
Oh my god!
You bodily lift Christoph up. Are you going to actually throw him all the way over the edge of the railing?
I am. I'm very distraught and upset. Tears are streaming down the bear's face.
Four of you watch as this man just spins away and disappears down into the oblivion.
No!
Wait, you threw him off the island?
He threw him off the balcony.
Yeah.
Disappears down into oblivion, screaming all the way.
Why did you do that? Don't throw me off.
You are
Guys,
on.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
No, nobody.
I will come out of my wild shape and just kind of like fall to my knees sobbing.
Does he do that to all his friends? Says Donkey next to your ear, Barnabas.
I'm not certain. And for like one of the first times, Barnabas is like actually genuinely speechless, and he's just kind of soaking this up. He doesn't know how to comfort him because he also just watched him like straight up cold blood murder somebody. So he's a little torn at the moment for his friend. So yeah, he'll just kind of sit there like waiting for somebody to do something.
Praxis?
He betrayed us. He betrayed them. I can't.
Draxus looks back and forth between the donkey and Vankus, and like it's like that slow. And he steps towards Vankus, who is on his knees, and scratches him on the back of the head. It's gonna be all right, man. You did the right thing.
Now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't ever actually remember what he did. I just know that he betrayed us, and that's why I was throwing him over. Not us, the group, but
he had to sacrifice your entire old gang.
He sold them to the mines.
I knew it was something horrendous.
Yeah, he sold them to the mines, dude. They're like Khajiit labor now.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, cool. I didn't think I was overacting.
Valentin, what are you doing while all this is going on?
I'm just watching, and Valentin is surprised, but he's not really doing much about it. He's still keeping an eye out because he's still very suspicious about everything that's going on.
All right, you notice a very irate-looking fat bubble of a man. There's just no other way to describe him. He is this circular little man on these thin little legs that are wearing these very tight yellow and brown striped hose, creating this illusion of this sort of bubble, and he's sort of striding towards this entire conflagration happening here on the
Wait, he's a dude in a bubble?
No.
No,
He's
just a fat guy.
Brown,
He's
fat
really
man.
fat. So
But
Is this Bubble Boy?
Really thin legs, so it looks like he's a balloon, a bubble floating on these.
all right. Everybody else is comforting Vankus, and I'm like, there's a fat guy right there.
He's walking towards he's walking towards you. He looks like he's quite angry. Jenks, what are you doing?
Okay.
She made her comment about guys, I don't think he's gonna make it. And just kind of looks back and sees that he's, sobbing. The fact that Draxus is consoling someone is says something to the state of the situation. She just sits down. I don't know how to deal with emotional things, so I'm just gonna sit here. And she just sits there and crosses her legs, pulls a piece off, and just sits there.
Vankus,
right.
you just killed that man in cold blood.
The gang that he sold into the slavery, into the mines, they're our brothers and sisters.
I understand that, but you cannot just kill someone in cold blood.
That is entirely correct, says the bubble as he sort of starts waddling forward. You better pay me for his rent, because he still owes me for 3 days' worth of harborage.
You can go get him. Can I make an intimidate?
You're responsible for his debt.
Can I make an intimidate check?
Sure. You have advantage.
I'm still feeling a little angry over this whole thing.
Advantage.
That is a 12. Better than average.
So what are you doing?
I just kind of puff up my chest and stand up and look him in the eye. You're more than welcome to go get him. As I kind of nudge my head over the side of the rail, he's probably still falling.
You don't intimidate me. I've got this. And he pats his belt, which is a significant belt because it goes around his full girth. Now, who's going to pay for his harborage? Because I've seen you throw him over the edge, and that's just unfair that you deny the working man a wage.
I look at him and I say, excuse me, who are you exactly?
I own pier number 15 over there, he says. And he points to this pier where there's this ramshackle dirigible that's been anchored there. It really looks like it's been built out of 50,000 different wrecks of ships. Vankus, you immediately, the moment he sort of points it out to you, you immediately can identify that this is a ship that's been built quite literally out of the remains of ships that have crashed down into the undersphere and have sort of been cobbled together.
Maybe he's got money in his room.
Well, I'm no thief, and I'm not going to go on his ship, and I've seen his friends, and I have no idea. I have no plans on attacking. You threw him over the edge. I mean, come on, that means you're taking responsibility for him, aren't you?
I'm sorry. What the hell? What are you asking for?
I'm asking for my 15 gold pieces.
You're asking someone who just threw his friend off of this area.
Hey, if that's
not
how you
coming
want to
back.
treat your
He's definitely
friends,
not
I'm not judging. I have no idea what went down between him and him.
So, let me get this straight. The man rented a room from you?
No, he rented a BUDZ for his ship.
I will turn to everybody and I will say, friends, we need to keep quiet here. Maybe it's better if we just pay him off, and then we could also have the room as well.
No,
No problem.
He didn't rent a room. He rented berthing for that.
And he points to the ramshackled dirigible.
I don't have any money.
Why don't you just take the ship as payment? It's yours now. He can't use it.
Oh, it's a ship? I thought it was just a room.
No, it's a fucking air balloon. It's a hot air balloon.
That piece of junk? I'd
It's
rather
gotta
have
be
the
at least
cash.
15 gold. Actually, wait a minute. Did you say that he had friends on that boat?
Yes?
On it right now?
No.
Do you know where they went? If you provide some kind of information, I may be so inclined to give you the boat and 15 gold.
I know where they went.
There's a certain quivering to his outlying jowls.
I don't like
as he
that.
gets excited.
I don't like that word.
And,
Jowls.
I don't like that. I don't like
Owls.
Don't reenact it, Cody. I don't like what's happening.
Jowls.
and he looks at you and says, I believe that they were going to the circus.
Ah,
And then he sticks his hand out. You're fairly certain it's a hand because you can see these little fingers right at the end, but they're very, very short in comparison to the large meat plate that is the palm.
Oh my god. If I look over at the ship, what is it tied up to?
So there are these wooden docks that protrude outwards in all different directions. That's literally what it is anchored to. There are 4 very large rope lines that tie the ship to the dock.
So essentially, it's like a ship in the ocean, except there's no ocean beneath it, right? It's being
Correct.
held
It's
up by
just
a balloon.
Correct.
He reaches over into his coin pouch and then looks at Valentin and says,
shoot it till it sinks.
and then hands the guy 15 coins or 15 gold coins. Yeah.
I thought you said I was going to get the ship and the gold if I told you where they went.
Well, he already knew where they went, so here's for the birthday.
That's the sound Valentine makes as he starts.
But he does it.
Working as hard as he can.
All right, so you start
I don't have extra attack yet, so I don't know how to do 2 arrows at once. So it's just 1 arrow, 1 arrow, 1 arrow, just over and over again.
I feel like this chubby dude's not going to stop you.
No. He sort of takes the coin in his hands and he looks at the 5 of you.
You said he bought birthing for a month. Now you can resell it.
Yeah. And he just sort of waddles away, sort of grumbling under his breath.
We're on like a rope bridge, right?
It's a wooden scaffolding that runs around this inverted city.
I don't know why I pictured this like on the middle of a bridge. So are there's more layers atop us?
Yes. So the way that you maneuver, if you recall the floating island, the city extends above and below, creating like the spindle shape. And there are walkways that move around the outside of all of the buildings. So the buildings form the core, if you like. So some of it's wooden, the walkways, and then they've got a little metal railing or a rope railing, depending on how much care people have paid for it. But other times there are suspension bridges between sort of the different towers and the like. So you walk in a sort of series of half circles, finding staircases that lead up to the next level and then staircases to the next level and so on, making your way slowly further up as you go.
And I think we were in a hurry to get to the circus.
There was some effort.
Until we saw your friend.
Remember, Rakthul had flown in on his white dragon moment.
Yep. We were trying to get there quick, and then you saw your dude. So as soon as this is over, we need to go.
We need to not be in this location any
Yeah.
longer.
Nope.
Barnabas, I don't want a sudden outburst, so I just want to make sure you understand what's happening here.
I understand perfectly well, thank you.
Perfect.
He just assumes you do.
What's happening? As soon as you sink that, Valentin, we can leave.
It takes
almost done.
It takes 8 arrows, and eventually there's this loud bursting sound and then the dirigible just drops like a rock. As it plunges away, you can see bits of wood and planking start to rip off of it as it starts to reach terminal velocity downwards. Okay, that's that's what you see happening.
That takes care of that.
Flow of traffic has not stopped around you. People don't seem to care about what's going on. This is just an everyday occurrence as far as they are concerned.
I am still next, like right behind or right in front of Barnabas. Just making sure that he's not getting thefted.
Right. Oddly enough, those street urchins that were following you, once Vankus had thrown the man over the balcony, they have now seemed to melt into thin air.
Weird.
Have vanished. There doesn't seem to be any more interest in going anywhere near this man who turns into a bear and then throws people over balconies.
Bear murder. Let's head up and just naturally drift towards the wherever the circus is, I think, right? That's where you guys want to kind of head?
All right. So
You have to get there before the dragon.
well, it's easier said than done. You start to make your way up round and around and up and down until eventually you get to the actual island itself. So the railings lead up into a series of mines that have been dug through the island, originally from the top down. And there is a coin cost of 1 gold piece each in order to be allowed up onto the surface, because it's considered to be the cleaner side of the city, the nicer side, if you like.
I'll give him a gold.
All right. So, Vankus, you don't have any cash on you, right?
I will pay for it.
All right. So someone deduct 5 gold, and then you guys make your way into the mine systems. The mine systems are even worse than the underside. Although the underside, you ran the risk of plunging to certain doom. In the mines, it is thick with smoke. There is just this rancid smell of old oil being reused 1,000 times. So there's like that horrid fishy smell, which after a while you realize it's no longer a smell, but it's now like a coating on your skin because it is so thick. There's just no ventilation in this section whatsoever. Dim lights sort of give you illumination, and it does take you probably about an hour, as a matter of fact, to get all the way up to again another gate which is opened up, and another fee of 5 gold is required to now leave the mine areas, because, well, now you're covered in this sort of smoky oil.
They're not letting us in because we're like dirty?
Yes.
It's just the gates are closed. You have to pay a tax to prove that you're worthy of coming up onto the surface.
I turn and I say, do any of you have money? Because I have barely any.
And I have about 23 gold pieces left.
That's about how much I have.
Jenks pulls out crumbs of moldy bread, a button that she found, a really cool label from one of the sacks that she took, ripped it off when she left, and some, like, well, she doesn't know what that is, something else. And she just pulls it out of her pocket and goes, no, and then puts it back in her pocket.
You freaking murder hobos.
Traxxas, do you have any gold?
Yes.
That's why I hang out with him.
Good.
Oh, I guess I have this one.
And he pulls out 5 gold and hands it to the person on the bridge.
The guards let you through. It is quite different up here as it is to down there. There's still walkways and things, but now they're all carved out of white marble stone. There are large open umbrellas everywhere to reduce the heat of the sun, as well as large temples devoted to even the goddess of the sun. And it's not difficult from here to see the circus. There is this magnificently large tent that has been magically erected. And by magically erected, I mean the top of the tent, the cover, which provides shade. You can see there is a series of little crystals hanging around the edge of it, which are just hovering in midair, holding the top of the big top basically in place. Underneath it, there are bleachers and stands and chairs and things going down. And then a very simple wooden wall around the edge so that people can't just walk past and watch the show. They have to actually enter into it. There does appear to be some disturbance going on, unfortunately. Well, not for you anyway, higher up, because the towers now extend upwards towards the sun. And probably 5 or 6 stories above you, you can hear the bellowing of that dragon and the sounds of screaming. And then I need you all to make dexterity saving throws, please.
That's a thing.
Oh, no. Hey, I'm good at these. Yeah!
Nice. Passed. Failed.
Damn it.
Good job, Draxus.
To arms. Oh, shit.
All right, Draxus and Barnabas, you take 7 points of damage each. As you sort of looking around, you seeing the big giant tent. The next minute, this guard just slams onto your shoulders. His head sort of smacks into yours, Draxus. His feet smack over your face, Barnabas. A guard, yes. And he lands in a crumpled mess on the floor, quite dead. His chest has been ripped open. You can see these large teeth marks. And that came from upstairs, from where the dragon is.
Can we see the dragon?
Yeah, you can see its tail sort of flicking like an irritated cat's tail.
And where are we exactly again?
You're on the island ground floor, although it's been so built over that you can't really tell that you're actually on the base floor. But there is sky above you, and then the towers extending beyond that. To your left is the circus. To the right are all of the towers and the white dragon 5 stories above you.
That doesn't seem good. We need to take down that dragon.
Is there any chance I could save this guy with healing magic?
No. Most of his chest, his heart, and his lungs have been removed.
But other than that, he's completely fine.
Yeah.
Other than that,
well, no, he has a broken leg, but you can probably heal that.
Walk it off, Jim. I don't know if you know this guy. Since we've started this game, we have not leveled. So let's go fight a dragon.
We leveled one time.
to level 4.
Ha! You did level! Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha ha!
Well, then I apologize.
This dragon is going to be our bitch.
Please take some of my subscribers as penance. Yeah, let's charge in.
Wait, we should think of a strategy. Go straight in.
I'm muted. The dragon's way above us, right?
Yes, five stories up. You'd have to go into the towers and then figure out how to get up to where he is.
Right.
So, as everyone readies themselves for combat, Draxus kind of looks over and says,
"You're just gonna run up through a horde of people and just fight a dragon head on in the middle of a city?"
Of course not.
Of course, yes, we are.
That's what I thought.
Maybe we can just steal away the girl.
That's a much better plan.
Sure,
That's
but
accurate.
then we lead the dragon straight to us, and then we die.
Work smart,
and then the
not
dragon
hard.
kills everybody. We need to have a way to get this thing off this island.
Do you remember that time that we were floating in the middle of nowhere and he still found us because he was drawn to you? I'm pretty sure the fact that we have 3 glowing green people means he's triple the glowing. He's 3 times more likely to
He
get
wasn't
you.
able to precisely locate it, though. He's only able to...
But there are people dying. We must help them.
Just a guard.
It's still people.
He's already dead, I'm pretty sure.
We cut away momentarily to a little peasant woman. She's busy washing dishes. The next minute, there's a knock at the door. She goes to the door. There is the guard captain. He looks sadly at her and he says, "I'm afraid guard number 5 died this morning." She goes upstairs. The child comes running up. "Where's Daddy?" No, he's been eaten by a dragon. He bursts into tears. Let me cut back to the 5 of you again.
I'm pretty sure
I feel so much worse for this guard.
I'm pretty sure he's dead because he said, "Excuse me, you can't park your dragon here." But by all means, run up there with your
Barnabas, do you want to help them?
Yes.
Then climb on my back, and I turn into a giant spider.
There's a hoof that's frantically being raised just above your right ear, Barnabas.
Oh yeah, I set down. I set down the donkey.
Thank you. That's fantastic. I don't fight dragons. It's in my contract. My agent said I don't have to fight dragons.
Same.
To be fair, you don't fight anything.
He kicked that one guy in the
is a
face.
spider, right?
Yes.
Might not fight very much. Yes, that's true.
I will look at Venkus, even though he's a spider, and I will say, Vankus, I know you probably can't understand me and you're a spider, but if you somehow can, I know you're angry and I know you're upset, but you shouldn't go charging into this. We could all die.
Blink 8 times if you understand.
And I just wait.
Remember that you have a wife now.
And I look at Draxus and I say, what are we going to do? What is your suggested course of action?
Ironically, what he said, take the girl, get out of the Sky Whale, and leave. If you want to avoid civilian casualties, get the dragon out of the city where the civilians are.
If we go straight to the dragon right now, it's not going to solve anything. He could kill all of us.
Yes.
There is no way that I can sit here while this dragon is wreaking havoc on the good people of this island. Take the girl, get the dragon out of here, and I'll meet you back at the Sky Whale.
It's only killed one person.
Blacks be willing.
Barnabas, and then I put my front 2 forelegs on the wall as I'm getting ready to climb.
As you like mount up the wall, in brightest day, in blackest night, and I'm like, we're charging up the wall, dude. Let's do this.
All right,
Let's
like Moses, I will watch this happen as we split the party.
Yep,
all right,
let's do it.
So,
I will try and sneak up the wall.
Rexus, Jinx, and Valentine, what are you doing? You're watching Barnabas.
As I watch them go up, I'll look at Draxus again, at both of you, Jinx and Draxus, and I'll say, I've lost friends like this before. I won't leave them behind again. I'm sorry, and I'm going to follow.
You can climb?
Yeah. I've got arrows, man. I could be far away. No, not. Is there no way up it? There's no stairs?
Oh, there are. They're inside. You'll have to go into the tower and start working your way up.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's what you're doing.
Valentine's done stair climber. He knows what he's doing.
You got it, Draxus. Jinx, it's all you.
How far up is this tower to the?
It's about 60 feet.
Okay. Jenks is going to climb the outside of the tower.
You want to start scaling up the side of the
She wants
tower?
to go on the opposite side of the dragon, like she's sneaking up.
Oh, you said outside. I thought you said ass of. I don't know why I heard that.
Wrong show, Jacob.
Oops.
No, I left the ass behind. He can't climb on the outside.
That's right.
Draxus the unimpressed, what are you doing?
He watches in just sheer bemusement as this all happens. And then he looks back to Scratches and says, well,
I paid for a circus, so...
And he scratches him on the back of the head and proceeds forward through the crowd towards the circus.
The donkey kind of looks at the spider climbing up, Jenks climbing up, Valentine's run in, looks over at Draxus walking towards the circus and goes, I think I'll protect Draxus, he says as he turns and he starts to trundle along behind to try and catch up with Draxus. All right, so that's where we are. That's where we're going. That's how it's happening. As everyone goes in those various wonderful directions.
Guy, I would like to spend some of my paladin points to heal that 7 damage from the falling gem.
Yep, absolutely, not a problem. You're riding a gigantic spider as it climbs up the side of the wall.
No reason to go into that fight, with wounds.
Wounded. Yeah. All right. Let me just bring up the various things. Okay, so Valentine, you start rushing up the stairs. It's a little bit difficult because everybody is rushing down the stairs, screaming in blind panic, as people want to do when there's a.
People.
Yeah. The whole tower is full of individuals. Yeah.
Great.
You're crowd surfing up a tower to get to the
you're pretty much sort of pushing your way through. But considering that you are a warrior, it's not too difficult to make headway. People start to realize you're going up to fight it, and then they form quite an orderly sort of line on either side as you suddenly realize that there's now a clear pathway leading up. But as you start marching up, you immediately start to hear a whispering building as you're walking up until eventually it starts becoming a loud shouting. It is the cacophony of bets being placed. Odds. As you're walking past, people are kind of assessing you, going, he's got a bow, that's pretty good, but look at those calves. Those are not dragon riding calves, those. No. But his hand, look at his hands. No, definitely with hair like that. That's a hero. That is. You don't walk around with hair like that without being a hero. And
That's true. I bet on that guy.
Judging as you're going up, and coins start to be
His hair is awful. He has a good mustache though.
He just has a face pop, right?
Yeah, basically.
So you then, as you're moving your way up, and I'm doing this for you specifically because you're going to be a while before you actually get to the competition.
Gotcha.
5 stores, right? Eventually, what you realize is that the line is now starting to close, and instead of people running away, they're now starting to follow behind you because now they've got to see whether their bet is going to pay off or not. And then people start running past you, shouting, "Get to the higher levels! We'll be able to get to see the whole fight from up there!" And someone's saying, "I've got a booth! Oh, let's get to the booth!" And then there's sort of, you start getting pushed along. It's like, come on! We haven't got all day. I've got to leave. I've got a whale to catch.
All right.
They're pushing you up.
Jacob's fully aware that he could probably stop these people. Valentine is like, nope, I can't stop a crowd. So he's just like, shit, this is happening.
Kind of rolling along with it. Okay. Jenks, would you please give me an athletics check athletics check as you try and climb up this tower?
I can't believe this is brilliant.
I love all the NPCs in this game.
I just realized something super funny.
This is fucking brilliant.
How's that?
You're just bouncing from ledge to cranny to nook to you making your way up very, very, very quickly, very, very easily. Okay. Vankus and Barnabas. Vankus, you have climb anyway, right? As a spider, you have a natural speed of 40, is it?
30. So full dash action, I can get there in one round.
Absolutely. So you guys are going to get there way ahead of anybody else. You surge up this tower, pulling Barnabas sort of along with you. Barnabas, you cast healing on yourself. That's the only action you can do before eventually the spider crests, because it's only one round, right?
Thanks, Dave.
But when I get to the top, I will stop just at the ledge and kind of like slowly raise my spider head up over the ledge and take a look at it.
Yeah, unfortunately, spiders don't have necks. It's a cephalothorax that they have, isn't it? So you raise your mandibles over the edge, and then you kind of have to raise the whole lot over the edge, and then you realize no neck. So yeah, Barnabas, you see what's going on first before Vankus does. Now, I am going to use this map that I have created because I created it a long time ago and I haven't been able to use it.
What did you create it in?
I created it in
Wow. A studio where you paint dungeons, perhaps?
Yes, Dungeon Painter Studio. My brain was like DSP. I'm like, DSP? What DSP? Translate? What does that translate into? Dungeons Studio Painter? Anyway, yes. Painter Studio.
Yes.
I just want to say that there's like a camera montage of these, like Valentin is fighting through a crowd, the spider's climbing up, and Barnabas is holding on for dear life, and Jenks is like, pew, 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 Prince of Persia up the frickin' tower, and then it cuts to Draxus, who's in the middle of a crowd, and he looks up, and he has a moment of epiphany, and then turns back to the tower, and then sighs, and looks back to the donkey and says, Venkus is going to be real mad. I have no idea where his wife went.
Oh no!
Shit. And then he scratches the donkey and continues to the circus.
The donkey would have cared if you hadn't scratched him on the back of the neck. Because that just distracts him completely. He's like, oh yes, it's war.
Oh no.
And then he falls behind you.
Don't forget about this.
Okay, I am just quickly. I didn't anticipate the Spanish Inquisition.
No one ever does.
No one ever does, right? Okay, so I'm just going to do that, and then I've got to share this, so then you get the map. But I've do that. So let me do this quickly. All right, so this is now doubling up as a tower, rather than as anything else.
I can't see the map.
Yes, now you should be able to see the map. Okay,
I'll get it up for you stream here in just a heartbeat.
Lovely. So we have got Vankus. I did size.
Wow, that's a really great looking map.
It's doubling up as the tower top as well as the big top. So just bear that in mind. Nice. So we've got Vankus and Barnabas climbing up the side.
Oh no.
This is gonna go great. I have a really bad feeling.
You know, I tell you what,
I'm not playing any more dumb characters.
I'm going to be in season 2.
I'm not playing any more dumb characters. I'm gonna play normal illusionists fucking forever after this.
The white dragon too. These ones are nasty.
Yeah, it's
because they're bestial.
I'm over here giving the Green Lantern chant, and it's this is
Shut
so
the fuck up, Ryan Reynolds.
It's so bad. I'm gonna die. All right, let's do it.
all right. I'm gonna roll initiative quickly for everybody.
How much is art? I mean, who cares?
Don't worry, everyone you like is going to die with you.
Well, there's our initiative. All right, so Barnabas and Vankus, apologies for the delay. I'm slow.
Yeah.
But, you guys climb over the edge of the battlement, and you see this large white dragon in the center of the tower, and then Rakthul with his black armor, with his red armor, with his floating skull ensconced in flame, and he is busy currently decapitating another guard. The white dragon is busy munching on a guard, and then there's one guard left standing looking very, very sad as he realizes he is the only one left. The two of you have not seen him at all. This is where you will come in, Jenks, on the far side of that map, and then just so that everyone sort of knows where they are, Valentine, you're going to come in from there.
All right.
So that's the general idea. So that's what you guys have seen. Jenks, you're busy climbing up the side of the tower. You will be there at the end of next round because that's how it works. Valentine, you'll be there at the same time that Jenks arrives, basically.
All right.
Draxis, you and the donkey start making your way towards the circus, and you're getting closer and closer to it. But as you get closer to it, the people around you, something starts to happen. There's a wave of discussions and shouting, and then suddenly people start running past you towards the towers. Someone shouts, "Oh, there's a fight! He's gonna kill a dragon!" says someone as they run past. Someone else looks up and says, "Boy, he's gonna kill a flagon! I do that every night." Anyway, they sort of run past as they're shouting this. Eventually, the area around the tent is almost completely devoid, except for the slow, the infirm, and the deaf, who have not heard that this is something that's going on.
Oh, the poor deaf.
And you can see a very irate-looking ringmaster standing. He's got this very, very sort of flowery hat. It's got lots of, it looks like flowers on his head, which is slowly opening and closing. They're obviously some kind of flora from the terrasphere that are enjoying the sunlight. And he's just watching his audience all run off. And he's desperately wandering around sort of shouting, "But we have the amazing flying woman, and there is also the elephant, and come back, you bastards!" He's shouting as everyone is just sort of running away. He sees you and the donkey, and he's like, "Scaly one, come here. We have an amazing show. You will take a seat, huh?"
Yeah. And he reaches over and picks up a bag of popcorn and then hands it over to the donkey. Says, "Yeah, no."
The donkey kind of buries his muzzle in it, and you just hear this weird slurping, sucking, purring sound coming from him as he's enjoying it.
He takes it back and sort of shuffles it around.
Yeah, it's more slime and drool than anything else.
Well, that's yours. I'll that one. We're going to take right down to the front here. Is that fine?
Absolutely. As you can see, it is a performance basically just for you and those five over there. It will start in about a minute or so. We will begin with the amazing flying woman.
Yeah.
So be prepared to be amazed.
She's first.
Well, we start the show. You'll see how it works. Yes.
Perfect.
This was secretly a really great idea.
This is a distraction.
Great. Yeah, no. Let's have that happen. Where does she go after she flies? Just curiosity. I'd like an autograph if that was possible.
Oh, I see. No, once she has landed, hopefully in the net, that is where she is supposed to go. Yes,
I would hope so. Yeah.
After that, she is. Well, I suppose we could organize a signing for you. It would only cost you 5 silver.
Done.
Fantastic. Yes, she will land in the net, and then she will come right over to you, because you and those other 5 people, it's a command performance just for you. Oh, my God.
Perfect.
He starts mumbling and walking away. He sort of waves his hand. There's a bunch of little gnomes sitting there with various bagged instruments that have got pipes and things sticking out of them. And he sort of indicates they should start playing.
See this scratches dinner and a show. And he hands him the
He looks up. He's got bits of corn all over his little soft lips. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's
a win-win.
That's awesome.
And he settles into his bench.
I'm so happy you're comfortable over there, Mike. I'm on a spider. You're on to fight a dragon. So I mean, have some popcorn. Right. Fine, it's fine. Get an autograph.
You are rushing up the stairs. Jenks, you are climbing up the side of the building. With that climb check, I'm not going to get you to roll again. Draxus, you are munching popcorn. Rakthul decapitates the guard that is in front of him and throws the guard to the floor. Just give me a second here.
Do you see how the bad guy decapitated a guard? Do you guys see that part? I didn't because I'm at the circus.
He has realized that there is someone climbing over the parapet. He has made his perception check. So he turns around and the magic that creates his skull kind of follows with him. So there's that weird delay effect. And he fixes you, Barnabas, and the spider with a glare. And he's a skull, so you have no idea what he feels right now. But he does drop the guard and start making his way towards you.
Neat.
Looking quite unhappy. That is what he's doing. The lone guard sees a spider climbing up the side of the building with a man riding on top of it. And he looks from the spider to you, Barnabas, and you see him just going, and then he turns and he runs for the door. That's all that he's doing. He's just running for the doorway as someone else has arrived to take care of this problem, apparently, in his mind. Vankus, up to you. You're up first. So what are you doing?
I'm going to try and web said guy with skull face.
Turn around, Dave. Is this an arena?
No, it's the top of the
tower.
Okay, this isn't like a setup
It is
fight.
now.
No, what do you mean setup?
Is this like a gladiator type thing, or is this like
no?
Oh,
So,
okay. Well, then we gotta do it. Yeah, we gotta die.
This was supposed to be the circus tent because that's where I anticipated you going, but I'm using it as well as a tower. So we have relations. So there's no wooden benches or anything. It's just a blank tower. As far as you guys are concerned,
I totally understand now. When all those when you were talking about Vankus and all those people, I was kind of under the assumption that this was like a gladiatorial type event.
Oh, it has now become that. Yes. And there are towers above you which are now starting to fill up with people who are cramming the edges to watch this fight.
No, it's very much the dragon rider that fucked us up in the first episode that you're about to run headlong into.
Neat.
You not get that?
That's no.
Well,
Dude.
I just spewed webbing all over in front of him.
You did. There's a sticky mess directly in front of him. Barnabas, what are you doing, sir? You are now in this space. The spider has kind of
Yeah. So Barnabas is confused because he thought this dragon was like killing people. And these people are like
several
casual. Yeah, but he thought this dragon was like attacking. And it kind of looks like a bunch of people are about to watch him die, which seems unfair to him a little bit. And so, I mean,
That's not what's going on.
I don't understand why these people are not running in terror. You know what? I'm gonna drive it like I stole it. Compelled duel on the
Dragon.
Not the fucking dragon, no. on the dude. I'm hoping Jinx does. I hope she punches a dragon because apparently monks can punch dragons. Yeah. So let's compel duel against that guy. Let's have him make a saving throw, wisdom saving throw, and I think my DC is like
natural 20. Well, not natural 20. Sorry. You will fight
21. Me. He fails. He has disadvantage against. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's about all I can do besides hold on to this spider as we both failed miserably.
Run across if you want to, but that's entirely up to you.
Oh no! If he climbs down, I want to be on it when it goes down. So I'm gonna hang out with the spider.
You're hanging out with the spider. That's what you're doing. The dragon, who is busy eating a guard, is going to do that. The dragon has not noticed what his master is going towards. He is busy devouring the guard. He kind of looks up. There's red blood on his teeth and his forward chin. Valentine, you are running up the stairs. At the end of the round, as you get to the door, this guard comes rushing in through the doorway, closes the door, and he's panting, and he looks at you and he's like, "Oh, are you with the Spider Knight?"
Yes.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. He kind of opens the door for you and sort of stands between the wall and the door so he's not exposed to the outside.
Keep yourself somewhat safe.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he just ate 8 of my friends.
Did you eat the spider knight?
No, not yet.
Oh, good.
You've still got time to watch. Yeah.
I'll run up.
All right, you're going to run in through there at the end of your round.
Yep.
Jenks, you get to the top of the tower. You can see that Barnabas and Vankus are on the level. They're sort of spewing silk and shouting, but nothing else much is happening.
So, Mr. Gentleman Face, I can't do that. Sorry. The guy next to the dragon, which way is he facing?
He is currently walking towards Vankus and Barnabas.
Cool. Jenks is going to quietly put her... Actually, she'll keep her bag on her, but she's just gonna, because she's not wearing any shoes, just tiptoe and try to get behind this guy that's next to the dragon to punch him in the back of the head.
All right, give me a stealth check.
If she sees Valentin, because he's coming up at the same time, right?
Sure.
She'll just...
What are you doing?
She's
Elmer fudding her way.
She's
to the
like
fucking-
this, and then just goes like this, and then just continues.
You got to do that to the dragon as well, though.
Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting dragons.
yes, exactly.
Very
right.
well, apparently.
Absolutely, you sneak forward without too much of a problem, as far as you are concerned. So move your token to where you think you want to go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can basically get behind him with your range.
Yeah, like
kind of next to him and the dragon.
She's trying to go like over there-ish, like behind, but like behind him.
Yep, that's perfect. That's about 30 feet. Give or take. Yep. Okay. I'm going to count grids. All right, there we go. So that's kind of where you end up at the end of your round. Draxis, there is this bellowing blast of bagpipes, and the gnomes are all furiously turning a deep purple as they play out this opening music. And then the top of the tent parts, and you and the other 5 onlookers, well, 4 of them, because one of them hasn't realized that the top of the tent is opening as this giant shaft of light suddenly comes in. The tent opens and the ringmaster steps forward and he says, "Behold, the magnificent flying woman!" And he points, and at the far tower of this structure behind you, you can see there's this large trebuchet arm. And he says, "Now behold how she will fly through the air, a distance of nearly half a mile, and land. That's around about 500 yards or 1,500 feet for those of you who need to know this. She will fly all the way here and land in this net," he says. And it's this little woven net about 5 foot in diameter. "It is a feat of fantastic daring and should not be attempted at home, especially because if you have a trebuchet at home, you are not wanting to. All right, maestro, if you please." The bagpipes all launch into this very deep sound. You can give me an Arcana check, if you please, Draxis.
So Draxis is sitting there listening to this whole, shoutcast, and he leans over to reach for another bag of popcorn that's just out of reach. And he looks back to the tower and looks back to the popcorn, and you see a magical shimmer on his hand, and then the popcorn slowly pulls closer to him, and then he picks it back up and eats it. And now I will roll you an Arcana check.
All right.
12.
The music that the gnomes are casting It seems to be quite a not a high level spell, but it's quite a powerful spell. It's Grasping Hand, Bigby's Grasping Hand that they are creating. I suspect they're going to try and catch her if she misses the net, which is probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to happen next round. As the trebuchet, you can see people at the top busy waving flags.
Yeah. You hear that like inner voiceover. I wonder if I could just get the stone if she dies.
Dispel magic. All right. Rakthul does not notice that he has Jenks behind him, so he simply strides forward 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He does not have enough to get to the two of you in the single round. So as he strides forward, he points at you, Barnabas, because he doesn't know that the spider is Vankus, and he says, "Where is the bearer of the stone?"
It's right here. You will face me in his stead.
You do not concern me.
That doesn't register with Barnabas. Like, he's like, this is happening. This is my moment.
This is your moment. Okay, the bouncer's moment is he has now swapped places with Vankus. With Valentin, I apologize. And he's now standing at the doorway and has a crowd of people behind him, so he can't actually leave because there are a whole bunch of people that have got their artists to come along. They're like, come on, you got to paint a picture of this. Come on, bring your paint, you bugger. A pencil sketch is fine. As they're trying to get to see this great battle happen. Vankus.
All right. So Vankus is going to kind of run along the edge of along the edge of this tower, kind of skirting Skullface guy. Once he gets far enough out of his reach, he's going to dash forward past him at the dragon. And, but he's going to pull up short in front of the dragon and kind of slam his first four legs into the ground. But the rear legs, his rear thorax just kind of like donkey kicks to try and fling Barnabas at the dragon.
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
Tell me what you need from me.
It's happening.
All right, so you're charging forward and then bucking.
I'm gonna be a dragon rider.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and
Barnabas onto the dragon. Okay, I love it. Give me an athletics check, as this is a strength of a feat of strength, I should say.
Okay.
James, I forgot to give you your attack of opportunity. I apologize. I'll give you advantage on your next attack because of having been able to study the back of them, right?
So that's a 18.
18. Okay. Barnabas, you are suddenly launched into the air, and it is very advantageous that you are next in the initiative. You sail up into the air. You can give me an acrobatics check to land on the back of this dragon, which is still busy eating the corpse.
Yeah, he wants to cling on and try to ride it, or at least get atop it, not stab it. So let's
technically a grapple check against the dragon.
Okay, come on, Fantasy Grounds, one time. So grapple would be athletics, yes. I hate you so much. I hate you so much, Fantasy Grounds. I hate you.
Can you spend a possibility?
So much. I know. Where are my possibilities? I want another reality.
Do you have inspiration? Didn't I give you all inspiration? I'm sure I gave you one inspiration point.
Ask the stream. Ask the stream.
Ask the stream. Will someone give Barnabas inspiration?
Are you gonna let me re-roll this? Or are you just gonna let me go flying past the dragon? Because I'll go flying past the dragon.
I'm genuinely asking. Do you have inspiration? I treat inspiration as a dice reroll. I thought everyone had an inspiration point. No.
I don't want to cheese it too much. I don't know. So I'll go past the dragon.
All right,
or whatever.
You slam into the side of the dragon with a roll like that and kind of land at the base of it. That's your movement. What are you doing now?
If I have a regular action, right?
Yeah.
I will actually genuinely take the dodge action.
That's probably a good call. All right, the dragon acts. It feels this thud against it. It hears its master talking. So the dragon, it has already turned around. It sees you, Barnabas, directly in front of it, and then the spider directly behind it. But then it sees its master in a straight line behind that. So it realizes that a breath weapon would be a bad idea.
Ha-ha! Fuck you!
Instead, all it's going to do is just bite at Barnabas.
Dodge. And I can actually say that this time.
That gives you disadvantage.
Disadvantage, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on, baby. Come on.
So with disadvantage, it gets a 14. So it snaps at you. And you kind of dodge out of the way. Then it claws at you. It dodges for the entire round. Is that correct?
Yeah, all attacks against me are made at disadvantage.
All right. Nice. Then it swipes at you and gets a 15. It kind of snaps and then swipes. And
Fuck that saber dice spore dragon.
Are those plus 11 modifiers? Oh my god.
It's a white dragon. And then its last claw comes at you, which I forgot to give it disadvantage on, so I'll just roll twice. So the first one is definitely a hit. The second one is also a hit, so it does hit you as it sort of swipes around at you. And you take that much damage.
Please don't die.
That's not bad at all.
No, not bad at all. I rolled basically. Yeah, so you kind of
someone clip that for later when he dies.
We're fine, bro.
Is that a plus 11?
Completely focused on you. Valentine, you can dash across. You can see the scene now. This dragon is just clawing at Barnabas.
I'm going to run down this way, and I'm going to pull out an arrow, and I'm going to fire it at Big Bad McEvil Asshole, and shoot an arrow at him.
Sure.
And we're going to do some fancy shit. So let's do a sharpshooter shot, but I'm also going to do precise. So I'm only going to have a +3, but I can add a D8 if I miss. That's a 6. And there's a +4. That's a 10. So that's going to miss.
Oh my god.
That sucks. I completely miss. Do I at least hit him? Does he wear armor?
He does wear armor, and you don't get anywhere near hitting him, I'm afraid. If you remember last time you fired arrows at him and failed to connect.
Right. I more wanted to get his attention. But it's okay. The arrow just kind of hits to the ground next to him, and I say, I'm right here.
Oh, that gets his attention. You have his undivided attention. Cody, what is the rule if everyone dies? On curiosity. I'm not asking. I'm asking for a friend.
On Saber Dice, everybody dies. Okay. Look, no bullshit. If we die, we die. Like we'll let it happen.
You. Sorry, I forgot to give you your attack of opportunity.
Excuse me. I'm eating popcorn. I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
Rocks fall.
Watch the trebuchet roll a natural 1.
Oh my god, he's the only one that dies. We all get away. He dies at the fucking circus.
An accident in a circus accident.
Oh man.
Jake, what are you doing? The dragon seems intent on facing Barnabas and Vankus. You heard Valentine's declaration. Watched his arrows sail way out over the edge of the tower.
Can I try to run, jump, and pile drive this dragon?
Sure. Absolutely. It
worked so well for me, Lauren.
You still have your
I also just climbed up a tower. I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Oh my gosh.
Her morning
Make
workout.
your attack. You do your sneak damage.
How do you do sneak damage?
Is she?
I don't know.
Wait,
do you have? No, you're a monk. Sorry, you're not a rogue. Sorry.
No, but I did have. I
advantage.
was
You
stealth.
have advantage though, so click the advantage button on the bottom left.
No, it's Elder Scrolls. For all stealthing, we do double damage.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
On the bottom left is a button that says
Advantage. Got it. Sorry.
Yeah. Click that and then roll.
My bad.
Maybe test out some of those Kai points.
5 points. Shut the fuck up.
Well, you hit him. Absolutely. You slam into him.
She actually punched a dragon. I take back everything I said in my videos.
You punched the dragon in the face.
By the way, I think you have a key attack that lets you knock it prone.
Or stun it. Oh, no, stunning.
Suplex the dragon.
And she's going to try to maintain just stay on top of it. Now that she jumped on top of it to pile drive it and then followed it up with like a heel kick she'll just scoot her butt so that she's in the "I'm riding a dragon now."
All right, so you are basically on its hips, its back.
Thanks for distracting Barnabas.
No problem.
Because it's going on you. It has the shield in its mouth.
I'm fine. Draxus, you watch as this trebuchet's pin is pulled out, and there's that moment where that large rock base just suddenly swings down, and this thin arm launches upwards, and flying gracefully in this beautiful swan dive is this green, it looks like a comet because of the green trailing behind her. This very stunning woman comes sailing over and lands almost perfectly in the net. She bounces off of the net, is about to fall onto the 5-6 of you. The 5 behind you all scream in blind panic, but because you know what's going to happen, as she's about to land on the crowd, that hand closes around her and sort of holds her in midair, where she then sort of finishes her performance. You can see in the center of her chest this green glowing stone, very similar to the donkey and to Barnabas. Next to you, you're hearing this choking sound. And then it's definitely the sound of water being spilt. Quite a lot of water being spilt.
Behind me?
Next to you.
Like from the donkey?
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought she was going to land on us. I'm not very good at this.
He makes a calculated guess, takes the popcorn on the other hand, and just scratches the back of him, not wanting to look over and see the puddle that the donkey's made. And
right? He kind of relaxes a little bit. You can see all of his fur is tense and standing up on edge as he thought he was about to be impaled by this woman.
You could be fighting a dragon.
I couldn't be fighting a dragon. He just looks down. He doesn't really know what to say.
It's okay.
And there's rapturous applause from the 5 once they've regained their senses. And then the woman lands, at which point the ringmaster comes running over to her and he kind of smiles at the 5 of you and he does a bow. Isn't she fantastic? The amazing flying woman. Later on you will see we will fire her from another island and she will still land here, but she must go get ready for that. But first, a moment for her to meet a very special guest here today. And he sort of scurries over to you. He's like, yes, sir, you are our very important guest, you and your pet
donkey. Scratches.
I must?
No, that's his name. It's fine. You don't have to. He loves it, though, if you do.
And Draxus turns to the other 5 and he waves and takes like a half bow and then turns back.
Rapturous applause from the other 5 because they think this is all part of the show.
This is great. Autograph. Perfect. That's exactly what I need.
The woman walks over to you. You can see she's an elf. She's obviously from the Terrasphere by the fact that she's fairly pale. She's breathing fairly heavily and she has the look of someone who has just survived being trebucheted from one side of the island to the other.
Mm.
And she looks down at you and she says, What must I do? I wanted some time with you, but not that kind of time. And that's extra. But yes.
No. If you could, just a little bit of space. You'd kind of kill it.
But of course, I will continue. Clowns! Where are my clowns? Where's the other 5 people?
Perfect. I'm sorry, Miss... I feel like Flying Lady isn't your name. Do you have a proper name I can refer to you as?
My name is Elowith.
Eloway.
Elowith.
Elowith.
I understand it's difficult.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have lips. I don't want to alarm you, but if you notice that there's no crowd here because there is a dragon on top of the tower currently being fought by idiots, for lack of a better word, brave idiots.
I have told Jacques that he needs to increase what he brings to the circus, but he won't listen to me. It always happens. We arrive in a city and there's an upstage and we get no audience, so we move on.
Like that Barnabas just has the thing in the dragon's mouth. He goes, oh, something happened.
He says, I don't want to alarm you, but I see that you glow green. and my friend here glows green, and one of the aforementioned idiots also glows green, and I have it on good authority because he tried to kill me. The man riding the dragon is here to kidnap you and take you. If you'd like, we can leave and not shoot you out of trebuchets anymore, and you can just come hang out on my sky whale as we run away from this dragon. Forever.
She looks from you. She looks over to the donkey. He's kind of got popcorn all over his face, and is grinning.
Donkey, show her the thing. Not that thing. The green.
Oh, he then stands forward and sort of presents his chest, and she can see the green. We'll come back to you as she tries to respond. Rakthul now just strides forward. He sees that Barnabas is engaged with the white dragon. He sees that Jenks is there, but primarily he sees that Valentin is there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 odd squares as he moves over towards you, Valentin. He can't get to you in one round. He was moving very, very slowly. So he just starts striding towards you with this magic flame emanating off of the back of his skull. You will give me the stones, he says as he strides forward. He's not doing anything, so he's out of the picture. I'm going to remove him as a matter of fact. Bye. Vankus, you're up.
All right, so Vankus will spin around, seeing that guy striding towards Valentine. His webbing recharges, and he will make another attempt at shooting him. That's a 17.
Web. Okay. Does he get a dexterity saving throw, or does he just have to make a straight-up strength check to move through it?
It's actually neither. If it hits him...
It does?
The target is restrained by the webbing. As an action, the restrained target can make a DC 12 strength check, bursting the webbing on a success. The webbing can also be attacked, but basically, as his action, he can do it.
All right. So he is now firmly webbed in place. Well, at least for now. Anyway, Barnabas.
Well,
I'll use my move to get away from the dragon.
All right. Where are you heading to? You can move yourself on the tower there.
Yeah, I will absolutely do that.
Absolutely.
I thought about it, guy, and he really wanted to ride a dragon. Riding a spider was cool, but seeing how Jinx is firmly seated herself on top of the dragon, I think we're going to come full circle from our first episode, as Barnabas is going to desperately reach out and try to grab onto Jinx to use her as an anchor to pull himself up onto the back of the dragon as well.
She's going to kick him when he tries.
Quickly, take my hand!
You're ruining this for me. You had your chance.
With your rebuff.
I'm trying to climb up the dragon, in essence. I mean, that's really what I'm trying to do.
Give me an athletics check, because it's a grapple base.
Is Jinx going to reach her hand out to give me advantage?
No,
No.
I like that you're at the mouth side of the dragon, still you're climbing its face.
Yeah, you're kind of trying to climb.
You're right. You're like, hold on a second.
All right. You know what? I'm due.
Putting the hand in the mouth.
I'm due. Watch this. Watch this magic. And the next turn, Jinx is going to fall off, and I'm not going to reach out for her. So, give it to me. 16!
This is what great warriors do. All right, so you're trying to climb up this dragon.
I want to be atop it, because if you're atop it, it can't breathe on you, or bite you, or do all those terrible things.
Unless it bends its head backwards.
Yeah, I was gonna say
All right, so you are trying to climb up on this dragon. It's moving too fast for you. That's the only problem. Is as you try and climb up its arm, it's lifting its leg back to try and claw at you, so you don't manage to grapple this
okay,
thing.
Then I'll use the rest of my action to run away. So I'll take the attack of opportunity, and I will move next to the Qualgoth. I want to move right next to him, because dragon's not going to breathe on me if I'm standing next to his dude. All right,
that's true. That is true.
And his dude looks like he can cast spells, so I'm just saying, ranged spell attacks disadvantage. Let's get some.
Let's get some.
But I will obviously take the attack from the dragon.
Sure.
18 AC, not at disadvantage.
Is there a...
This is not working! And I'm gonna get up and
You start running. He does slash at you with his claws, doing another 13 points of damage.
Neat.
Is there a Barnabas Bray call for retreat? That sounds.
And
He just stabs out.
All right, so you're gonna run up behind. Wait, that's the whole dragon. I don't want the whole dragon.
I would like to be in the square next to this dude.
All right. Okay, so you go rushing over towards him.
Actually, let me get like directly line of sight this way.
Sure.
That's how I want to be. Also, so Valentine doesn't shoot me with arrows. I mean, logically.
Right. The dragon is not really too fazed by you yet, Jenks. He knows that you're there, but he's not entirely sure what you're doing. This Barnabas character who is sort of waving his hands frantically in front of him for a while seems to have most of his attention. He's not entirely sure. He turns, and as he does, Quelgoth points at him and says, "Alive." At which point the dragon then kind of swallows down his ejector that he was going to spray all over everybody, and will just sort of snap at Barnabas. He'll walk forward just behind Barnabas and then just bite at him. He has disadvantage?
Nope. He's just regular attack.
Just a regular
Yeah,
fight
and I
attack.
got 18 AC and about 12 life.
Okay, he hits you.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
I just realized he probably shouldn't have taken an attack of opportunity if he was right next to me, but that's okay. I drop.
You drop anyway. All right.
Jesus. Hold on. That is.
That's not good.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely dropped him. I'm just making sure it doesn't kill me outright. No, I think I'm good. I get death saving throws.
All right. Top of the round, Valentin. You see the dragon. Barnabas ran away from him. Got a distance. There was a distance of 5 feet between them. The dragon turned around, took a step forward, and just snapped at his back, causing him to collapse down on the ground.
Fuck. He has an idea in mind, but he's not going to do it yet. He'll wait till next round to see what happens. He's going to back up all the way over here, and he's staying locked onto Rakthul, and
Right.
he's going to fire an arrow. We're going to do a sharpshooter shot with the precision shot as well. So +3. We're going to add a. Does that hit?
No.
All right. I'm going
It
to
was
add
nearly
5 to that.
That hits.
Great.
You might have advantage because he's restrained.
Is Rakthul restrained?
Yes.
Yes, he is. It doesn't
then I-
matter though, 'cause you hit him.
But it
Well, I
might
might get
matter
a
if he
20.
crits.
I didn't get it.
Oh, right.
All right. That's going to be. Damn it. Where is it? I'm sorry. There's a lot of shit to do. It's a D.
Nice.
Not that much. Sorry. That was completely and utterly wrong. It's this. There we go.
19 damage.
Then I'm going to action surge, and I'm going to do it again.
Sure.
Same business as before. Sharpshooter shot. Add to this. I have advantage. I don't know why I didn't roll 2. Gonna add
Miss.
add
at
a
the moment.
D8 to that 12, so that's a 19.
19 hits.
All right, and that's another 19 damage into him. I'm just backing up, just make very meticulous arrow points, just firing very directly into him.
He doesn't seem phased at all as these arrows just puncture through his armor. He seems directly focused on you.
All
of
right.
course, now he has Barnabas to deal with. Jenks,
Jenks is sitting atop this dragon. She's pretty proud of herself. Is there any way that she could communicate with this dragon?
do you speak Draconic?
Yes.
Then what do you say?
Hey, buddy. I understand everyone's trying to kill you right now, but if you leave us solo, we won't kill you. And we don't want to do that because you seem great.
That's what you're saying to him?
Michael, what are you laughing at? What did I miss? What just
All right.
happened? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. That's what's okay.
Yeah, your persuasion goes all well. You try and persuade this dragon. That's what it should do. And
Michael.
We lost him. I could hear him.
He's gone. All right, so you shout that out to the dragon. You don't think that the dragon is believing you necessarily. At the moment, the dragon's muscles are all tensing up.
She's gonna get a better grip on this dragon.
All right, you can wrap your hands around the spines on its back.
Nice.
There was something I wanted to do. I wanted to spend one of my keys for patient defense.
All right, you do that. Do that. You'll tell me what that does shortly, I'm sure. Draxus,
Yeah.
this woman looks at you. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. This I only got the other day.
Yeah, no, so did he, and so did my idiot friend on top of the tower. Probably like, I don't know, 3 days ago.
And you know what it is?
Yeah, but it sounds even crazier than the fact that the guy on that dragon's gonna come down here and probably tear it out of you. So we can discuss that later, after you're less in immediate danger.
She looks over at the ringmaster who's busy sort of trying to herd a bunch of clowns around the stage. She looks back at you. I have a contract with him. I can't break that. I feel like I'm surrounded by just the dumbest of people. Okay, let me try this real quick. You can stay and fulfill your contract, and that's fine too. But the dragon guy is going to come take the stone out of your chest with you alive, which means shortly afterwards, you won't be alive. Does that make sense? It's in you. Well, where would we go?
The giant sky whale I mentioned.
Oh, I thought that was a euphemism. All right.
No, it's a literal sky whale. A euphemism for what?
One day you'll find out, Mike.
All right, let's go. She says, quickly, while he's with the clowns. It'll take 10 minutes. I know this routine.
Great. Scratches, let's go. Clean your... Leave it. Come on.
He's sort of trying to eat the bag that the popcorn was in now, and he's sort of having difficulty because he's eating the one edge, and the top is just hitting into his forehead.
Drax reaches down, and he as he's running, he reaches by like the 5 people and just grabs one of their bags. Come on. And he shakes it towards him.
On the ship.
He starts running along behind you with his little hooves going crazy. Rex,
okay.
Yeah, from up there, you can't see really what's going on. There's lots of shouting happening. Things like, I want up, really is what you're hearing. Yeah. Raxul is, Barnabas has just collapsed at his feet. Raxul walks towards you again. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30, was it sort of there-ish? He starts walking towards you, Melon.
Did he break free?
Oh, sorry. Yes, he's got to make a strength check. Yes. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. I completely forgot. I assumed that he would, and he didn't. Wrong person. He starts to, and then he realizes the webbing around him. So that was his action. He can't do anything else.
He doesn't throw spells?
Nope.
Thank God.
Not this one. Well, at least he's not doing it now.
Thank God.
Bankers.
I'm just happy he's not coup de gracing me.
He doesn't care about you. You don't have a green stone in your chest. No web back, I'm afraid.
All right, so Vankus, where's the... Okay, there's the door. Vankus is going to be moving over. I didn't see it at first. I would actually use all my movement to kind of get by the door.
You're going to just run straight past the dragon?
I am skirting around the edge away from the dragon.
All right, so you're going to sort of describe an elliptical. I'll say that that's certainly something that you can do as you rush in that general.
Like direction. I might even go along the side of the tower itself. Listen, I said I would get you there, buddy. I didn't say I really wanted to fight a dragon.
Still Spider?
Yeah. I thought you had a plan.
If you come over to me, I still think you can understand me. I'm going to look down at you and say, "You need to heal Barnabas. He's dying."
Again.
Oh, I absolutely understand you.
I know, but I don't know. I don't know that. But I'm gonna say it anyways.
Barnabas says you roll 11. You are not dead yet.
Yay!
The dragon
Takes
with
3
you
attacks and then I die.
just eat you. No, the
He doesn't
dragon.
need 3 attacks for that.
Okay, so Jenks, you are on the back of the dragon. You've shouted, we're going to save you, we're going to help you. All that he does is that he launches himself backwards with you on him, and he's trying to slam you and crush you against the wall behind him. So he sort of rolls backwards, but he rolls too far, so his shoulders hit the back of the tower, causing cracks and things to happen.
Uh-oh.
There are, that person held on for dear life. So that person's okay. I don't know what that is there. There is that, and there is that. There is one person who does the Wolfenstein scream as they sail over the edge of the tower above because of the massive rocking damage that happens as this dragon slams itself into the wall. Here, Jenks, you are still on top. You don't have to make any rolls. It just did not connect with where you are on its person. So that's what it's doing. And back to Valentin.
I am a frozen image at the moment, but
Very serious.
yes. So I am going to. The dragon's right there. Shit. How does Nemia look?
Like she's riding a bull.
Okay.
Just holding on.
I don't know. I trust that Nemia will be completely fine. And I will. Fuck. I don't know what to do. I need to help Barnabas. I'm going to run over to Barnabas, and I'm going to try to use my medicine kit to try to resuscitate him.
All right, so you're going to come around so you don't get an opportunity. Well, you're moving in.
I'm running up to him, but he's webbed, so I'm hoping I have enough time to possibly just come on, wake up, and like get him up at least.
Give me a medicine check or healing if you can.
I'm a fighter. I can't fucking heal.
If you have a medicine kit or a healer's kit, you just stabilize him. It's automatic.
Oh,
you do have one?
yes.
It has 5 uses, and then you can just burn one of them.
All right.
I've used it already.
It has 5 uses.
Yeah, I've used 1, so I have 4 left. So it's a feat to try to bring people back to 1 hit point, right?
Yeah, I think it's the healer feat.
Okay, so I'm just going to stabilize him, make sure he doesn't die.
Sure. Not a problem.
That's an action, yeah?
It is.
Fuck. Then
Just kill this guy. Stab him in the face.
I can't. I don't have any more actions.
Yeah, you've moved and you've run.
I'm gonna stand right in front of him. I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna say, "Take me, not him."
Jenks.
Jenks is going to. You said there's a pillar crumbling behind this dragoon.
There's a cracked wall behind you now. Yeah.
Okay. She's going to punch it as hard as she can so that all of this crumble. Does it look like it would be enough to crumble on top of this dragoon?
This large tower? Not yet. You could whack it, but I doubt that the structure would come down just yet. If you can get the dragon to hit the tower maybe once more, then yes, sure.
Okay. She's going to do that thing where you like hold on to something and then scoot to the underside of it. And she's going to punch this thing as hard as she can and try to use her open hand technique. I can use one of my things to succeed a dexterity saving throw or be knocked. No, I'm sorry. Strength saving throw. If it fails, I could push it 15 feet, and I want to push it right into that pillar.
You're going to punch him into the pillar?
Yeah.
Yeah, and more importantly, you are on his hips. So if you're scurrying around to the other side, you're doing a groin note on a dragon.
That might get him
Can I jump forward and turn around and punch?
Make your attack.
Have you ever been to the guy? Have you ever? Do they have rodeos in Japan?
I don't think so.
Asking for.
We've got him here in New Jersey, brother. Outtown Rodeo.
Oh wow! Yep, this is great. This is wonderful. You slide down, and you kind of punch out at the beast, but it's still recovering from where it was. So you completely miss, absolutely and utterly miss. It does not go anywhere. Draxus, you are running out of the tent with Donkey next to you, with Scratches next to you, and then with Elowith next to you. And she looks at you. Where is your Skywheel?
It's docked. Where else would you?
Yes, but where is it docked? This is a large city. Do try and keep up with the conversation.
What do I know? What dock number it is? Oh, she's sassy. I like it. She is.
Yeah, you're on top. You docked underneath in the lower section.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I've been here before. Do I know a quicker way to get there?
Yes, there are definitely quicker ways. They're a little bit more expensive. They're the elevators that you can take.
How expensive are we talking?
Probably about maybe 5 gold each.
Done.
All right. So
yeah, he grabs her. He says, I don't know what dock number it is. I don't know what slip it is. It's this way. And he grabs her and kind of yanks and like pushes the donkey, because he's on the other side, towards the elevator instead of going towards the bridges that they came from.
Gotcha. You see this white dragon launching itself, sort of jumping backwards into the tower, way above you, and you think you see Jenks riding on the back of it briefly as you're rushing towards the elevators.
Nice.
They got this. And you carry on running. Right, you got to get to those elevators. Not a problem. Raxel looks directly at you, Valentin, and well, this is what he does. He's still webbed, right? Can he attack while he's webbed? Is he restrained, or is he incapacitated?
No, he can attack.
He can attack. He just has disadvantage.
He has disadvantage? Okay. Well, he's going to try and do that anyway, because this webbing is just irritating the hell out of him. So he swings his arm at you, Valentin, but as he does so, that red magical shield appears as he's swinging towards you, and he's going to try and hit you as hard as he can to knock you prone. Nope, he swings, he gets an 11, he sort of swipes out at you, he growls at this web. It lasts for a minute. Just to make sure.
Yeah, it lasts a little while for sure. Let me see. Too many things to look at here.
Too many things.
Because it's not the spell, it's the giant spider attack or whatever.
Yeah, it's the actual spider web, which, whether it's a minute or a month or until someone walks through it, I don't know. I mean, it
actually doesn't have a duration.
So it's just there?
It. Yeah.
All right. So you're up next. This dragon has just landed next to you, having thrown itself against the tower.
All right.
I like how you tried to move away from the dragon.
Not successfully.
Nice.
Damn, no, that's my bonus action if I do that. All right, well, bonus action, I will not be a spider anymore. I'll be Vankus, and I will duck into the door there.
Yes, the corridor is filled with people frantically watching this fight going down. You can see there's artists holding up pads, busy drawing sketches of the it looks like a rather well, there's one that's a fairly good illustration actually of a very stylized Jenks riding atop this giant dragon. Then there's another one of Barnabas in half with his entrails spilled out all over the floor. As he's...
What is wrong with these people? Why are they... Well, I will try and weasel in amongst the crowd if I can.
Oh, sure, you can sort of push through. And is that what you're doing?
That's what I want to do with my move action. And the dragon is just outside the door.
Correct.
So I'll see if I can't get his attention with a Thorn Whip AC 15.
Thorn Whip at the dragon. It cracks against the wall, but it doesn't manage to connect with the beast itself.
Oh, good. Maybe he won't notice me.
He does not notice you.
Guys, this isn't going so well. I don't have a bonus action.
Oh my god, that's 2 death saves.
No, because you were stabilized.
So yeah, okay.
It doesn't count. Yeah. I don't know why it did that. I took your condition off.
Okay, I saved you.
Thought I took your condition off.
I'm just at 0 in knocked out, right?
That's it. Correct. So that's what you're doing. The white dragon will now attack Jenks.
Oh, she's gone.
She knew it was coming.
She knew it was
This map looks really great.
Yeah.
Made in Dungeon Painter Studio. Oh, she's back. Never mind.
There we go. All right, so the dragon is going to attack you. Jenks, it can't breathe on you because you're too close to it. So it's just going to try and bite you. Natural 20.
Oh my god.
I think I came back.
Yeah, great. I'm so glad you came back for this.
Oh god.
Doesn't hit me. That was a lot of dice.
Oh my god!
What was the
Points
face?
of damage.
What are the instant death rules?
It's
What is your hit
I'm
point?
dead. That's 30.
I don't know.
Wait, no, I'm dead.
Barnabas. No, not Barnabas because you're unconscious. Vankus, you don't see this either. Valentine, from behind you, you just hear this, and then absolute silence.
What?
She dies with a smile on her face. I want everyone to know that.
Oh wait, you may not be dead. We don't know. Somebody look up the instant death rules or something.
Well,
Mike
how many
knows
hit
this.
points
Death
did you?
is how many hit
Mike
points did
knows
you have
it.
left?
Mike had to look this up recently.
The instant death rules are if the damage carryover is equal to your total full health, you die.
Yes.
Oh, it's 24, so that would have to be 48.
Then you're not dead. You
Yeah.
can still make
Oh my
save.
god.
You almost died.
Oh,
So you are
God.
7 points
Damn
away
it.
from your first
I
ever.
wanted to die. That would have been a great way to go.
Right way to go.
Just swallowed by a
Swallowed
dragon.
by a dragon.
All right, so
That was cool.
yeah, it does swallow you, then it spits you out because it's gluten intolerant, so it can't handle the bread on your horns.
Oh my god.
And in her body because she's
Yes, by the bread.
Like this sort of hairball type effect. Valentine, you're up.
I see that. I'm like, oh.
Oh, right.
She's unconscious though.
Oh yeah.
I look at this dude and is Vankus alive?
He's gone.
He ran away, that coward. Only guy with healing word. Ran
You're
away.
the only one of your party is still
Best spell in
standing
the
on top
game.
of this tower,
Just
as
left.
far as you can.
I stand in front of Rakthul and I say, "Let them live if you take me."
Deal. That's all he's saying. Are you dropping your weaponry?
Yeah.
Tune in next week to see Jacob's new character.
There's a save from Jenks. So that's one save. You're on your way. Draxus.
Travel montage.
In the elevator, slowly descending down towards the skywell.
You're out of the band, Mike.
I like this song.
Donkey sort of standing, tapping his hoof as the music plays. Yep,
We could
absolutely.
be fighting a dragon. Oh, dumb.
There we go. Rakthul does this very strange whistle kind of sound. The white dragon immediately stops about to eat Jenks because, well, or at least lick or wipe the bread off first, as one does when one gets tomato on your hamburger. And he will try and break free of this web because he's had enough of that. And he does. That's what he needed, right? He needed above 12. Can't hear you? Have
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I'm amazed it held him that long.
Yes. Yeah. He breaks free of it, and the white dragon is going to start moving over to him. Vankus, what are you doing?
I will healing word Barnabas.
All right. You throw a healing word at Barnabas.
Nice.
Second level. So he'll get back 7 points. He'll be conscious. And that dragon is like right there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. I'm good. Stay. I'm looking at Jenks going, oh, that dragon is right there. You know what? I'll do it. I'll take the attack of opportunity. I'll run out. I'll grab Jenks and try and drag her back into the doorway.
All right. He's going to snap at you as he does. He's going to swipe a claw at you. He hits 19.
Oh, yeah, it totally hits me.
14 damage.
Shit.
All right. And you know what? F that dragon. I'm gonna from the doorway, I'm gonna swipe at him again with my Thorn Whip spell.
Nice.
Right.
That's a 19.
That is hit.
All right. Take that 3 points of damage.
You whip him for 3. All right.
What size is he? He's gargantuan or large?
He is huge.
Huge. Okay.
Yep.
I'm not going to be pulling him anywhere.
No. Barnabas, your eyes flutter up as you see Rakthul starting to lead Valentine towards the white dragon.
So I'm not trying to get my character killed. I promise. He was unconscious for the deal, right? And he's like laying on the ground, and he comes to, and there's the guy right there, and Valentine's right there.
Yeah.
Do I see him wake up?
Yes, you do. Valentine has dropped his weapons to the floor and seems to have. Well, yeah, that's it.
I'm going to turn if I see Barnabas wake up, because
you hear him go,
and I look at you and I say, Barnabas, stay. Let me go.
What are you doing, Barnabas?
I'm saving you. I'm saving everybody.
Get
that girl, get that donkey, and let them be safe.
I'm going to assess the situation. So I'm going to look over. I'm going to see Jinx. I'm going to realize I probably need to get up and get over there and heal her.
Sorry, Jinx has been dragged.
Oh, she's being dragged off.
By the spider?
She has been dragged to Vankus, yes.
Neat. You know what? He's scared. And so he's going to quickly take his opportunity to heal himself. That's it. That's all I'm going to do.
You touch yourself whilst the big bad walks away with Valentine.
Have you tried praying yet? You hear the voice of Draxus behind you. Have you tried praying to your god?
You hear Jenks' voice as she's dying in the corner in the back of your mind.
Fucking
one worst save. All right, that's what happens. Valentine, you are the dragon kind of steps forward, and Rakthul leaps up onto the back of the dragon, and the dragon basically wraps its big claws around your midriff. As it then starts to beat its massive wings and starts to lift off. That is what it is doing. Are you resisting in any way?
Nope.
All right. Jenks, you haven't yet been saved. There's a natural one for you. You didn't heal her yet, did you, Vankus?
I did not.
No, he didn't.
You did not? All right. So that's a critical failure on your death there.
That's my nervous laugh. Sorry.
Your nervous laugh?
You guys don't have a nervous laugh.
You have 1 success and 2 failures. This is the closest you've ever been in all of your time playing.
I'm so I'm terrified.
I don't
Guys,
have the
Do me
movement.
a favor.
5, 10,
Send
15,
us ideas
20,
on Twitter for characters.
Hands are sweating so much.
Guy, you are done rolling our death saving throws. You literally rolled the last 2 you rolled were ones. So
No,
I did nothing.
If someone donates $100, you can pick my character when I die.
Right.
it's Barnabas' long lost sister. I paid for it.
The doors to the elevator open, and you, Donkey, and Aerwith step out. And there is the Skywell. You can see the captain is busy selling all the drums of water. He looks up at you and sort of gives you this big, broad smile. Al-Qasim is there. He's also busy unloading books and things. He looks up at you and gives you a big smile. And Then you see standing behind all of them, Leslie. She gives you a big smile, and you can see she's holding up this plate of very well-cooked meats and things as you walk forward.
Oh, good. You made it back. I thought we lost you in a crowd. Man, I'm getting to be a king of industry. Oh, shit. Hey, Atnim Kasim.
Yes.
Does the sky whale, can she just drop out of the sky? Is that a trick she learned?
She can.
Like a belly flop if you're jumping into a river or lake.
Oh, yes, she can do that, but it is very, very dangerous.
Okay, in what sense?
Well, she has to deflate her internal air.
Gross. Okay, never mind. That sounds awful. The beans, they're very heavy, right?
Well, yes.
Okay. The profit I got for the water. Give me 500 gold. You take the rest. Does that cover the beans?
You can see he is not a very good businessman because playing across his face is the deception and the guilt and the betrayal. And then he looks at you and he says, I cannot do this. No, it would be more than the beans. The beans are only what, like, I don't know, 100 gold maybe?
Okay, I'm going to give you 150 gold. We're going to sell this water, get back on the sky whale, fly up to that tower there. And what I need you to do is flip the sky whale and cut all of the ropes so they fall off.
You want to drop 40 tons of beans?
Yeah, there's a dragon on top of that tower. So if we could drop the beans on the dragon.
You want us to fly and drop beans on a dragon?
Yeah. You see how there's one of me and there was 5 of us before? They're also...
There is a shriek and the food goes flying one way. Leslie just collides with you. What do you mean? Where is my precious? Where is...
Oh, man.
The top of the tower, fighting a dragon. He was very brave. He said something about, tell my wife I love her. And that's what I'm here to tell you. I came back.
Tears start welling up in her face. The Surak kind of looks at you. He's like, if the dragon did destroy the 4 valiant heroes, then maybe we should not go there. Leslie turns around and slaps him across the face so that his cheeks kind of bounce from one side to the other. We are going to get back the body of my husband. I have a temple. We will at least make sure that he has not died in vain, she says. And then she turns back to you and she says, what about Jenks? Has she gone too?
They're all up there. And he grabs that name and he says, glory, honor, fame,
yes,
riches.
As he rushes forward, he starts tying this band around the top of his head. The sky wheel starts to leave anchor as Al Qasim is busy cutting at the ropes to try and free the whale from her moorings. That is what's happening.
Show her below deck. He gets out and he ties himself onto something.
Donkey's kind of running around in circles. What shall I do?
Below deck. Take Aowith below deck. Sit somewhere. You'll fall.
Pushing Aowith down below deck into the small little hold space. The dragon now starts to fly with Valentine hanging below it and starts to make its way off of the tower. I'm just going to move the dragon. The tokens I'm just going to hide for now. Because we can, because, apparently. Yes. Right, so the dragon starts to make its way off of the edge. We get to Vankus. You watch as the dragon is now starting to leave the tower.
How far is the dragon?
The dragon is now currently 50 feet away.
I will drag Jenks, my full movement towards the dragon, and yell to Barnabas, help her, and I cast heat metal on Valentine.
Oh my God! Dave, you beautiful genius!
You've got mentions about how well you use your heat metal spell. I love it. Absolutely love it.
It's an ice dragon. Oh, it's fucking genius. I love that. I'm sorry.
There is some problems that will happen here. Yes. Okay. So the dragon is definitely holding on to Valentine. You do your ice metal. It has to make a dexterity saving throw. Is that right, to avoid the damage, or does it just have to?
It has to make a con save in order to, if it wants to hold on to the object.
It just takes the damage And then the save is to bear through the heating metal to keep
it rolls a natural 1. It just drops Valentine instantly.
Yeah, how much damage do I take? My own metal is
Oh,
burning.
you're gonna take a little bit of damage,
and then you're gonna fall.
Take 13 points of fire damage.
How much?
13.
Ow.
All right, you take 13 points of fire damage. Then you're going to take this much from falling because the dragon dropped you.
Ow.
17 damage in total. All right, but we will say that this happened just before the dragon left the actual edge of the tower.
Okay.
So that you land on the tower surface itself. So now I have to unhide you.
The only thing I do is I give Venkus a look of confusion, terror, and anger. Just kind of like I don't know what's happening, and he's kind of terrified as to what's to happen next.
And it's hot.
And ow, my
Why am I on fire? All right, Barnabas, what are you doing?
Yeah, first off, he's gonna save Jinx.
So Jinx was dragged there by...
So I will save Jinx by... I'm gonna touch her. For
all right, so you're gonna rush over and touch her.
10 more. No, excuse me, 13 more.
All right, is that the correct sort of layout?
You get all the touching I got left. I got no more touching.
Looks good to me.
All right.
No more power, whatever that's called. Lay on hands.
You get back 10?
13. Because I ate up 7 with myself.
Gotcha. All right.
And that's about it.
Jinx, you are now awake and no longer in the death state.
What'd I miss?
We must save Valentine. Let's go. And I'm gonna try to pull her
yes.
The dragon has to do this big circle to kind of come around. So you have a round. It is no longer on the tower. I didn't do enough map. So I'm gonna put it over there.
You mean you didn't make enough map with your big circus tent?
Yes.
Got converted into a tower battle?
Tower, yep, because that's
in Dungeon Painter Studios, but you could have because it's a great program.
I could have, but I didn't anticipate the party attacking the giant white dragon. I should have. I really should have. Anyway, Valentine, you are up. You are standing there. Heat metal, obviously, the moment the dragon drops it, you can cancel a spell. Bankers, is that what you're doing, or are you leaving it going?
I'm kind of debating. I'm like, well, the dragon can come back and try and pick him up. Yeah, I dropped the spell.
All right. Valentine, your armor is starting to cool down rapidly.
Where are they both on the dragon? Both dudes? Both the bad guy? The what's his name?
Yeah. Ragful is on the dragon. He's riding on the dragon. And then the dragon, of course, is busy circling around. He's now aware.
Like he's coming back?
I call out the stairs. Quick, let's get into the stairs.
Okay. Yeah. And everybody's alive?
At the moment.
Great. Cool. I'm going to run over here. If I can. Can I move that far? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah, give it a take.
Go here and start moving. I'll pick up my bow.
All right. Sure. Absolutely. You pick up your bow.
All right. That's it. That's all I can do.
Gotcha. Jinx.
So I probably missed this. Sorry. Is he on the back of the dragon? The guy
Yes.
that was.
Yeah.
Damn it. She looks up real. Is everyone okay? Like we're all just kind of standing here in like a half circle watching this thing leave again.
It's
And come
going
back.
around to come back.
Oh, yeah, it's not leaving.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think she just
Run.
kind of like sits up. She asks what she missed, and then looks to the rest of the group and so close to just being there. You know, that could have been me.
Run to the stairs.
She starts to stand up, and she's going to run over here and separate from the group. If we split up, are harder to hit.
That's true.
And then she runs away, and she's going to use another key to do a. I have to remember what it's called, but pretty much defense.
All
Like a
right.
dodge.
Sure. You're dodging. Draxus, the whale, has been cut free and is now slowly starting to make her way away from the dockyard. Drac looks over at you. How fast must we be going? He says with his red hand on his face.
As fast as you can.
Okay, Al-Qasim, you heard the man. Not Al-Qasim, Aknim Qasim. Get us going. Aknim Qasim sort of cracks the whip and he kind of places his hand on the head of Sartoon, and she gives a mighty kick with her tail and starts to launch herself forward.
Draxus looks to the captain. He says, "I suggest you go below deck." And he looks to nobody and he says, "And Tiberius, get ready to open the lines." And you just see this shimmer walk past as I summon Unseen Servant to snap the lines that are holding the beads down. And then he ties himself next to Atnim Qasim at the reins of the thing.
Just be aware, when we drop the beans,
Yes.
the Sky Whale, she's going to bounce.
Yeah, make sure everyone's tied down.
Yeah. You make sure Aknim Qasim remembers to do that. He sometimes does not put on his belt. I keep telling him, put your belt on. It's very, very, very dangerous not to belt
He
on.
reaches over and starts belting up Atnim Qasim.
Yeah, who had completely forgotten, by the way. All right, so Rexel glares at you all clustered together, and he screams, "Betrayer!" as he sort of buckles down on the dragon. Vankus.
I am going to begin running for the doorway, and I'm going to use my thorn whip because of the crowd that's been hanging in there.
Sure.
And I'm going to just start lashing out, and I'm okay with pulling like these people out into the tower to get them out of the way.
All right. You don't even have to roll for that. You whip forward, and this one artiste who had snuck forward to try and get a better image, you pull them right out into the middle of the passageway. You get through to the door. You're going to run all the way down the door, the passageway as well, as far as you can.
Yeah. Thinking that the rest of the crew is going to be following.
Sure. I'm going to run you out into that gray area. So you're obviously making your way down. Barnabas
has rushed over to Jinx and he's gotten her up. He's like, "We need to help Valentine," and he's that's happening, and Valentine's up, and Jinx is like, "We need to split," and she Scooby-Doo's it, and so he sees the dragon turning, and the only two people like right here are Barnabas and Valentine, and so he just takes a moment and he kind of, "Brax, please, I need you now more than ever. Please make this work." And I'm going to step in front of Valentine to just kind of cut him off. Actually, I'm not going to step in front of him. I'm going to hold here to see if this works. I've kind of got my shield up, and I'm going to look over. I pray that the dragon can understand common, even if he can't speak the tongue. And I'm going to command him, "Flee." And I'm going to just try to have it just turn, regardless of what the rider wants to do, and haul off running away. I was tempted to make it roll and have the guy fall to his death, but I don't think that would work. So we're gonna. It is a simple. It's a simple wisdom save.
The dice don't like you.
Oh shit!
Dice don't like you.
As he kind of realizes this isn't working. You're useless, Brax. And I'm going to try to turn and push Valentine into, or like help aid him to get him away. Right. I'm going to try to keep myself in between him and Valentine.
All right. So before you say you're useless, Brax, I didn't want to interrupt your litany of actions. Give me a percentile roll for when you prayed to Brax in absolute desperation.
Okay. I can do that with this die. An 87.
87. You heard nothing. So that is exactly what happened. Then you curse Brax. Give me another percentile roll, if you please.
Oh, no.
That is an 80.
I thought at first that was a 00.
No, it's an 8. It's an 8. I'm sorry. You're right.
That was
You're right. It is an 8. I apologize. It was a 00. It's an 8. It worked. It worked. My My brain went stupid. So it isn't. It is less than a 10. How?
It is less than a 10.
Am I Quasimodo now? Am I going to be ringing some church
You did hear
bells?
that part.
He definitely heard you're useless.
Yeah, he did. Because that's what you do when you calling out to the gods, right? So, Valentine, you are standing next to Barnabas, and you hear him decry Brax and just, you're useless. And the whole space just suddenly goes exceptionally quiet. Exceptionally quiet. Barnabas, you see this as well. And you see, lying where you were lying, you see this fallen warrior who bore the brunt of your damage. Then you see where Jenks had fallen. You see the exact same warrior lying there as well, covered in scars, bleeding out, broken. And then finally you see standing in front of you and in front of Valentine, 2 more identical warriors. They're all in the image of Brax. And they're standing, getting ready to take the damage from the dragon. But then all of them turn and look at you, Barnabas. The ones on the ground stand up. And then they all turn their backs on you, crossing their arms, and then disappear. It's at that point that the white dragon breathes.
Oh my gosh.
What the fuck?
This is his story. No, it's fine. I'm fine with it. Let's make it happen.
Oh, man.
Okay, you guys need to give me a Constitution saving throw as it just blasts the 2 of you with ice.
I don't think it matters. It's just for half damage, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, I have 9. I have 9 life left, or 11 life left. So if it does more than 11,
Yeah. All right.
as a half.
God. Okay, well, what an ending to that innings.
14.
14. Yeah, that's no good. All right, it just blasts out this spray of absolute freezing cold, and the top of the tower just blizzards over. Vankus, you are rushing as fast as you can. Jenks, you are watching this whole thing unfolding in front of you. The dragon just opens up its maw, and this ice literally freezes both Vankus and Barnabas and Valentine in place as it sort of blasts through them. That is enough. That takes you out, Valentine.
Yeah.
How much
I mean,
life?
I've got 7 hit points.
Oh yeah, then we both instantly die, man.
I think they're both just dead.
We both just, that's it.
As it freezes them solidly, you then see it land quite heavily on the tower itself, and as it does so, they both just shatter
Oh my gosh.
and fall into this frozen morass.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's what happens. Valentine, you don't get an action. You're not here. Jenks, what are you doing?
Pooping in a potato sack right now.
Yes. Do I get fired, Cody?
No, Jacob just lost 2 characters back to back. That's so funny. No, I love it. Oh my god.
Sorry.
Run!
She's gonna punch this thing. She's fucking pissed. She's fucking pissed. She's gonna try to punch this thing in the eye.
So you're gonna rush over to the
Oh,
dragon?
she's angry. Yeah. She's never been angry before.
Oh my god, we're doing this.
All right, you rush over, make your attack against the dragon.
I feel like that doesn't hit.
No, sorry, I'm trying to make them visible.
No, it's all right.
All right, fine. It's okay. Yeah, so you sort of swipe at the dragon, and it's maybe it's rage or it's sadness. You're not entirely sure what goes on. Draxus, at Nim Casima's sort of cracking the whip, you've now managed to pull the whale all the way up to basically above the city. Next round, you're going to be able to roll the whale over. And from here, you can see this massive white dragon standing over this gigantic ice sheet on the tower. And Jenks is just busy bashing the side of the dragon. It doesn't seem to be taking any notice whatsoever. No sign of Vankus on the tower surface, but glowing inside that green ice, inside of the ice, sorry, is this green stone glowing quite brightly.
You would see her sobbing, by the way. She's just...
If we roll now, we'll drop beans on Jenks. She likes beans, but not 40 tons.
How far above the tower are we?
About 100 feet.
Fuck. Oh, man. About 100 feet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it.
I think, hold on. Let me Jacob here for a second and just make sure I can do this. No, it's only 10 feet. Shit.
Oh, no. 90 feet short.
No, you know what? That's not true. So he looks to Nim Kasim and then looks down to Jenks. And then you see all of the runes glow on him again, and they all kind of move back, like they're moving. And then you see the one on his back glow, and then beside him is the pseudo dragon, or 10 feet away is a pseudo dragon. And he says, "Get her!" And then its action is to dash, fly all the way down there. So it moves 60 feet. So it is now 30 feet from Jenks, and you hear in the most adorable dragon voice, "Move!" Shouting to you, Jenks, in Draconic, because...
I think she's sobbing and just shooing this thing away from her as she's just starting to lose energy. She's just like hitting, not doing anything. And you see her scramble to the ground for the gem. That was like, because she's still not believing. She's like freaking out, like moving through all this stuff, and picks up the gem.
I scream from the doorway, "Don't let him die for nothing!"
You're trying to grab the gem. Rakthula's before you, so he lands. He jumps off of the side of the white dragon and starts striding towards that green gem. So you're going to be standing right next to him if you do that. Vankus, it is your turn. You've seen this happening. You shouted that from the door?
Yeah, absolutely shout that. And let's see, how far are they from me? They're not too far. I have 1 second level slot left. He's in metal armor, right?
Yes, he is.
All right, he's going to suck my last heat metal. Get away from him! He was our friend! He was part of our pact! Leave him! And I cast heat metal on him.
You cast heat metal. All right, and that's do your damage? Is it just straight up 10?
It will be 13 points of fire
damage. Okay, 13 points damage. Let me just add that. So that's 140. All right, perfect. He staggers under the metal that's heating. You sort of see him clawing at his armor as it's starting to take effect. Barnabas, there is oblivion all around you, and you hear a voice. I am so pleased that you abandoned your god just before your death. You will now join my legions of undead, and together we will destroy the gods.
What is your name?
This old face leans forward.
I am Gashul. I am Oblivion.
Is all you hear. The dragon is distracted by this little flying, because it's not invisible, right? Your pseudo dragon.
It's not invisible. No, it's like a literal dragon, tiny, like cat size, flying.
Sure,
30 feet away from James.
The dragon looks up at this little thing, shrieks with this bellow that just causes the buildings to rumble, and launches itself straight up at your little pseudo dragon.
We can probably reach it from the ground. It's
Oh,
only
yeah.
30 feet off the top of the tower.
And it just snaps at your pseudo dragon and hits an armor class of 30.
It hits. The minimum damage you can do kills it. You don't even have to roll. You only got 7 life.
Just, as this dragon was infuriated, Jenks, you get an attack of opportunity because it launched itself up at this little creature.
I think she's.
If you want to take it, are you trying to grab the gem?
I'm going to take the opportunity to grab the gem.
All right. Yeah. It's encased in the ice, so you kind of stick your hand in amongst it, and your hand, you brush over this. It's a boot. It looks like a perfect ice sculpture of Valentin's boot. As you reach over and sort of grab the gem from the bits of rubble around you.
She's going to take that boot with her.
You kind of try and pry it out of the ice because you can still see there's bits of flesh that's been frozen solid inside of it. It's part of the ice sheet, so it's gonna take you quite a bit of strength to do that, but you can try if you like. You've got the gem. Give me a strength check.
Oh boy.
Nope, you're pulling on it. Rekthul is just going to walk over to you. What are you going to do? You still have your movement.
She's going to run and slide on the ice between his dragon legs.
Towards?
Yeah.
Where? Towards where? Where are you running to?
So he's facing me where I'm standing, correct?
Sure.
Yeah. So just to the other side.
Okay.
She's trying to get behind.
Yep. Give me an acrobatics check. I love it. You slide through. Natural 20. Now you slide underneath that ice, sort of resting on your arm as you just sort of slide over and get to the other side of him. Not a problem at all. Draxus.
I cut the ropes.
If we're going to drop now.
Yeah, he screams back and he says, "Tiberius, the ropes!" And you just see one pop, the other pop.
And 40 tons of beans. Jenks, you look up as you hear the sound of 40 tons of beans just start to come sailing towards you.
Oh my god.
She looks up and she says, "It's so beautiful," right before it hits her.
Yes. Absolutely amazing.
There should be a slow-mo bit right before that happens where it's dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And
Doesn't care about the gem, but she's like,
goes.
Vankus,
Monks get danger sense, right?
You watch these bags just slam into the dragon, and for a moment it sort of gets hit once, it gets hit twice, it looks very angry, and then it just gets completely buried by the rest of the tonnage. Rekthul looks up, flares with flame momentarily, and then just again gets completely obliterated by the beans. You do hear Jenks's last words as she mentions this beauty. The top of the tower starts to crack, however. The floor that you're standing on shakes as this massive amount of damage just slams into this structure, causing everyone around you to scream and start running in panic as cracks start to spider their way all over the structure itself. From next to you, Draxus, you hear, "Yes, direct hit, well done," as Atnim Kasim kind of watches the carnage as you sail out over the tent down below, further along the line. There is no more initiative to be rolled because there's only 2 people left. What are you doing,
Does it
Vankus?
seem like the tower is going to be collapsing?
It does. It was not designed to have 40 tons of beans dropped on it from a height of 100 feet.
Fair enough. So now I'm contemplating, the tower is going to go down. I don't think I should be inside it when it does. That seems like a really, really bad idea. I'm going to use my movement to kind of like jump over the side and kind of like run down the side and get away from the tower. Going, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to survive this, but I think my chances are better outside of the tower than in.
Are you going to transform into a creature, or are you just going to?
I don't have any creatures left to transform into, unless what is a short rest? An hour?
Yeah.
Was it an hour to get to the circus?
To get to the circus, going up the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, when we traveled,
going through the mines, and I'll give you an hour. Sure.
Then in that case, yes, I could, and I'll turn into something small, furry, and preferably like a flying squirrel.
All right, this little squirrel is busy pouncing its way down the side of the building. As you're running, it's typical Disney style. You're watching as these cracks, as you're running, kind of trace around down next to you. I think you can go for that request, Draxus. This little squirrel is busy running down. Draxus, what are you doing?
Man, I don't know. Actually, do I have a name for that person? I didn't make one. I assume you have one.
Which person?
The patron.
The deity that you're praying to? Mm-hmm. Sure, you probably pray to Nim or Tandas, the god of magic.
Well, it's the warlock patron.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I've been misreading this. Patron, Patreon, etc. Right. Okay, sure. You're going to pray to that patron to raise your allies.
Yeah, the Fey patron whose ancient text is now bound in my flesh.
In your flesh.
Yeah, I'm still tied like right next to Atneem Kasim. And I think in all brazen ballsiness that is Draxus, he sees what's happening, knows at a minimum that the green stone is there somewhere. I think he saw Jenks grab for it. Right. As the sky whale is like righting itself, yes. He leaps off, slices the rope, and leaps towards the roof. And while he's descending, he's shouting to whatever, I guess he doesn't know the name of this patron. He's shouting to whatever unnamed patron he is bound to that they must save his allies, because if Draxus dies, so too does this ancient script die with him. And he is plummeting towards the rooftop of this collapsing tower.
Roll a percentile for me.
Perfect.
You're making an 80-foot leap?
So I'm not. That's just what's happening right this second. How do I roll percentiles on this thing?
Right-click the D10.
Just roll a D10 and then roll another D10, I suppose.
I was muted on Zoom. Yeah, right-click the D10.
69.
Nice.
The perfect number for Draxus.
Not that show, guys.
Not that show. Right. So you praying out, you're calling out, and then you're leaping to the top of the tower. That is an 80-foot jump.
Yes. So he is leaping in free fall, and I assume I can only travel through the air at 60 feet per second. So on his next turn, we'll see what happens. But my intent is, once he gets close enough, I'm going to Misty Step from the air onto the freaking.
I think we calculated this one time. Just curious, and I think in a 6-second round, you will fall something along the lines of like 580 feet or something like that.
In Xanathar's guide, it specifically says 400 feet.
400.
Perfect.
There you go.
Then in that case, as he's in free fall, screaming this out to somebody, he in a silver mist, and then he appears where I assume where he saw Jenks run to.
All right,
wherever there's a pile of beans.
As you're sailing down towards this tower and you're calling out to your patron to save your allies, the world stops and you're literally just in mid-float. You're watching beans still pouring over the sides of the tower, but the beans have stopped in midair. And this very slow, very dark voice, which you feel more than hear, says, "And what do I get in return?" And we'll be back next week. Corey answers.
Damn it.
Oh my God!
It's pretty good.
I have so many emotions.
Can I just make spooky ghost noises while you do your outro?
I have so many
change the rattle?
emotions. I mean, like, look, okay. Look, we love the sponsors. So thank you, Fantasy Grounds, for sponsoring our show. We appreciate
Bye,
it.
guys.
Thank you for helping us put this on.
Bye.
Oh my God. Thank you, Elderwood Academy, for sponsoring the show and helping us put this on and putting this amazing cast together. We appreciate it. Thank you so much to Dungeon Painter Studio with pyromancers.com for helping us put together this amazing show and this amazing cast. Guys, if you like what we do here and you don't want to support us on Patreon for some reason, a great way to support the show is just by following the links down in the description and buying cool stuff that you're probably going to use at your own table. So I don't want to ruin the moment that has just happened. So we love you. We will see you next week. We will be back for more After Dark on Monday. If you guys are not subscribed to that, it's like $3 for the podcast. Stay tuned to Twitter to find out what's going on. So that's it. Later.
Let's thank who do we gotta thank? Jesse Fraser for all the super chats. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, he's on the Sarah Dice Hall of Fame, so we appreciate the love, Jesse. we didn't want to like stop in the middle of that, but thank you so much for that. We saw that, and we appreciate it. We'll catch you guys next Wednesday.
Do something.
What's happening, guys? I can't see. My eyes! My eyes!
This is terrible. I cannot see anything from up here.
They took something.
What did they take?
My eyes! They took my eyes!
My eyes.
And they're all just all screaming.
Fucking A. 13 damage, y'all.
Tony, Faye, you freak out, and the wings come out and they go back in, and you see Tony is just swinging wildly, and on one of his smacks, the axe goes, or the club smacks you upside the head for 13 damage.
Did I get one?
It cleaves her, and you hear a gurgling noise as blood comes out of her mouth.
But he's so small, if you guys look over, his whole mouth cheeks just keep puffing as he's blowing furiously into Faye's mouth. He hasn't removed the dagger. He's still there.
He's pushing it in every time.
I saved her! I totally saved her! I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna...
Oh boy, I'm glad some of you guys don't have to watch this.
Are we going to struggle to get this fucking cat out of a tree? Do we need to call?
I'm already here.
He slides down the side of the tree, and he's now next to all of you.
If you just lick her face, she'd wake right up.
Why would I lick my mother's face, you disgusting bastard?
No, the sleeping Faye.
Why would I lick her face? Look, I don't know what you two got up to last night for all night long.
Yeah, nobody wants to be over around here licking random bitches. I'm just saying.
I didn't lick the pussy, and the pussy didn't lick me. We just went to sleep.
Together. Are you
You just
related?
went through an illusionary rock. I mean...
So they are rock crunchers, a cousin to you, tree crunch.
They walked through the rock.
Rock watchers.
It wasn't a real rock.
Rock walkers.
Forget the rock.
They're air fuckers, all right? They just walk through the air. That's it. That's what they are. They're air fuckers. That's
Okay.
it. It doesn't matter what they are.
I had a 12, yeah.
Being a druid, what is your favorite terrain?
I wouldn't know. I'm a ranger. My favorite terrain is forests, though.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Here, I will keep you warm.
Would you sleep with me, kitty?
For you, Baron, I would.
Oh, no.
You just gotta pet him.
Oh, it's a
Don't
cute.
mind the hair.
Be careful, Baron. I hear this leads to pussy licking.
That is not. I'm not going to say it.